Good morning, Knicks Nation. As we delve into these topics of the never-ending Giannis Antetokounmpo saga, the Knicks have 6 players that, if the deal were to happen, I think these are the 6 that go, or at least not all 6 of them, but that will be the guys that will be in the package potentially. Is Karl Anthony Towns? Is he upset with trade rumors? Okay, and now we seen last night, we did a show that the Giannis trade is not as simple. It's not as easy as you think it is. But how difficult is this Giannis Antetokounmpo trade for the Knicks? Then we got a dislikable rival, the Atlanta Hawks. Are they going to be someone we may need to consider to help us in this Giannis trade? And will James Dolan, will he have egg on his face based on the fact that his recent statements he made at WFAN? And also, I'm going to break down that Knicks and that Portland Trailblazers and tell you why I think the Knicks will smack them. And I think the streak continues. We're going to talk about that this morning on the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, man. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the Blue and Orange. Supposed to be breakfast show, but it became a brunch show today. Big time salute to everybody that was in the building. We've been having some very, very powerful shows, man. So this is your first time here. We are on the road to 10K subs. We would appreciate if you could help us on our journey by subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button so more cool people can check out the channel. And also, if you are a subscriber, you should strongly consider joining the channel. I want to give a big time salute to all of the people that's in the building early on. I see you, Mellow Mike, channel member. My man, Zach, I see you, channel member. Of course, the super producer, Maxine, in the place to be. My man, Randall, big time salute. Welcome to the Blue and Orange Brunch Show. Hey, man, we tried to get a vampire up in the morning, but we up late. So, yeah, we're going to do the show no matter what, man. We are here. Pleasure to have you guys with us. A lot to talk about. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he continues to stir up the pot. And, oh, by the way, hold on. I do got my new sound that I want to share with you guys. I got some new sounds. I was playing around. Good morning. Hey, man. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm just going to get right into it. Let me go into research mode. I'm going to start off with talking about some, just to give us a brief overlay of the NBA and all of the things that took place. Did I lose my window? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Pal, let me get this up on the screen so we can analyze and start, see what took place last night. Last night was a very interesting night in the NBA. I watched a whole bunch of recaps to really get a gist of what's going on because, the league is getting interesting. Once football ends, it's time for the NBA to take over, So I'm going to get to last night's games before I get to tonight's game. So last night, the Philadelphia 76ers went wire to wire with the Sacramento Kings, a team that we smacked them, even though it was late. But we still did what we had to do against the Sacramento Kings. And the Sixers, they barely got a win at home. The Milwaukee Bucks continue to lose on their quest to tank. And of course, we'll be talking about Milwaukee, more in particular Giannis, because nobody gives a damn about the Bucks. They lose to the Washington Wizards, who keep winning. We need the Wizards to continue to win to hopefully hold on to that pick or to just use the pick as bait and say, hey, there's a good chance you may get it because the Wizards keep winning. And the Wizards also beat the Portland Trailblazers, the team that we will be talking about a little bit later in the show. Then you get the Rockets and the Hawks. I mean, the Rockets straight smacked the Hawks. The Hawks are still having a hard time, I would say, adjusting to life without Trae Young, even though they were playing better without Trae Young. They're still trying to figure out McCollum, even though he had a solid night. And then you have the Miami Heat beating the Chicago Bulls. Two teams that are kind of like sub to me or mid to me, duking it out, but Miami was able to get the win on the road. Charlotte Hornets and Mavericks, nobody gives a damn, but the Hornets won that game. The Nuggets barely beat the Nets. Now, this was an interesting game. You know, anytime Michael Porter Jr. gets the opportunity to go up against his former team, you know he's going to ball out, as he had 38 points, you know, in the Jokic-less game. When will Jokic returns? For the Nuggets' sake, hopefully it's soon. As far as the Pistons, hey, y'all, by the way, last night I figured it out. The reason why we didn't see no Pistons people in the building, because they got smacked by Phoenix Suns. I'm talking about smacked by the Phoenix Suns. Embarrassed by the Phoenix Suns. Ran off the court by the Phoenix Suns. That's why we didn't see none of them Detroit haters yesterday. I figured it out. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves dominated the Thunder. They were up like 20 in the first half. I couldn't believe my eyes as Minnesota beats the defending champions, and Minnesota and OKC loses another game getting blown out. I mean, is there chinks in their armors? We're going to definitely talk about OKC tomorrow on NBA Saturdays, so we got to make sure you guys are here for that as well. As far as tonight's game, we know we got the Portland Trailblazers. We are big-time favorite in this game, -7.5, and I will break this game down a little bit later in the show. I think this is one that we win, and I think we do it in dominant fashion. As far as the Lakers and the Wizards, nobody cares. Raptors, Magic, that'll be a good game. Kings, Celtics. Hopefully the Kings can pull out another one of those unexpected victories because, you know, we hate Boston. Grizzlies and Pelicans. Okay. No one cares. Cavaliers and Suns. That's going to be a good game. I might watch that game. That might be a word for a condensed game on the replay. As far as the Nuggets and the Clippers, let's see if the Nuggets could continue their streak against a lowly team. Nets, Jazz, nobody cares. And Pistons, Warriors, this should be an interesting game. I wonder if how the Pistons will look on the second night of a back-to-back. I guarantee y'all, if they lose tonight, you won't see no Pistons fans in the building. 100%. But that's just some news around the league. I always like to start there just to see where we are. Big time salute to everybody that's just tuned into the building. We're about to get into some of these Knicks topics. The Blue and Orange Breakfast Show, as we always do. And then before we get to your calls a little bit later. So I'm going to start with, let's see, so many directions. Maxine just knocked my notes off the table. Oh my God. Anyway, now we good. We good. You know, I'm good at pivoting. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna warm us up to the Giannis topic. So we'll start here. Some of you guys may be upset. I don't care. I'm a Knicks fan, and I want us to win the championship. So I might marry the players. These are the 6 guys that more than likely would have to go in a Giannis deal. I don't really give a damn if they're your favorite players. I'm just telling you, based on the politics and how hard it is. And you guys seen yesterday, we probably proposed like 10 trades last night. Only like 2 of them went through. Only 2 of them seemed realistic and good enough to complete. You know? And so I'm gonna go through some of these plays. Now, the number 1 guy that's on the list that we're going to be talking about today is Cat. I would prefer to keep Cat, but if he had to go, you know, salute to you. I know I got the Bodega Cat line. Unfortunately, that's just the breaks. But if he had to go, you know, that's the price to pay for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He makes the closest salary to Giannis, and if Milwaukee will be willing to take him, it'd be the easiest deal to get done because they make pretty much the same amount of money. So that's like the simplest trade. But, you know, reports had it that Milwaukee, they're not interested in trading for Towns. So that makes it so you have to find another team, you know? And of course, Towns, you know, made some recent comments on the trade rumors. We're going to get to that in a second. And a lot of people feel like Towns is being bothered by that, but the money matches up. You know, he's the highest paid player Year 2 of a 4-year, $220 million extension. Okay, he's owed $53 million and then $57 next year. So it aligns perfectly, like I said. The next guy, who's another guy for, you guys don't want to trade. Mikal Bridges is somebody who's like one of the most polarizing guys, because some of you guys want to trade him, some of you guys want to keep him. Oh, you guys are still tied to Nova Boys. Dante DiVincenzo being traded destroyed the whole Nova Boys. People don't even talk about Nova Boys like that. Sometimes you hear Nova connection, but nobody says Nova Boys. Like, once Dante was gone, that Nova Boy talk was over. So I think a lot of you guys would be willing to send Bridges in the trade. So he's somebody who I think is a key to the deal, and he's somebody who I think goes in the deal, like seriously, because Portland wants him, and we could send him to Portland for those picks. And it just so happens that we play against Portland tonight. Anyway, and then Deuce McBride is another guy, because Deuce, he has probably the most team-friendly contract in the league. I mean, he's only being paid, $3.9 million a year? And he's giving us a way more value than, there's guys that make $20 million that, to me, that he may be better than or just as good as. So he is highly underpaid. And because of that, that might be the reason why he has to go in the deal, because Milwaukee might feel like, well, he's somebody we could build this new group, this new regime around. So let's keep him, and we get him for a year, and we get to see how really good he is, and then decide whether or not we want to pay him. So Deuce McBride is somebody who, don't be surprised. I know we love him. Deuce is one of my favorites. They all my favorites, to be honest. But he might have to go. Hopefully, that doesn't, upset you guys too much, because some of you guys, you kind of, you're a little scary out there. A little scary. I'm getting scared energy from you guys. Sorry, I just have to get that soundbite in there. That's one of my favorites. Anyway, let me keep it moving. Then we got Gershon Yabusele, the guy that everyone wants gone. Oh, yes, get him out of here. Please send him away. His salary might be crucial to the deal, because it's kind of hard to match salaries. And I'm going to get to him in a second why that team in Atlanta might be important. But, yeah, he's somebody that definitely will be going. Maybe not in the Giannis deal, but he's out of here, whether it's Giannis or not. Now, Jordan Clarkson is another guy who some of you guys are divided on, but I would send him out of here, because right now he's not even in the rotation. We're going to lose him in the summertime. He's definitely not coming back, especially if you're not playing him. So you might as well just move on from Clarkson. Or if you don't move on from Clarkson, you got to make space in the rotation to play him. It's one of those two options. Me personally, if I get Giannis and Brunson, I still want an all-defensive lineup around those guys. I don't want guys who don't play defense. I feel like Jalen Brunson, if Towns goes in the deal, then Brunson should be the only one who's not prolific in defense. Everybody else should be able to do something on the defensive end. I think that's the keys to winning a championship. So Clarkson, it's either he goes or he stays and plays. Now, Pacome Dottie, he's just a throw-in. I'm going to keep it real. Salute to Pacome. I actually seen him. And, cool dude. But, this is not about being a cool dude. This is about business. And the business of basketball says, we might have to get you up out of here. That's just the breaks. And, I think Pacome Dottie is somebody who, he's just a fill-in, because his salary, he makes about just under $3 million. So his salary will fit in nicely in those trade packages. So those are the 6 Knicks that'll be up out of here more than likely. And I will be back with more after these messages. I also want to take a moment to shout out another partner, Talkspace. We talk a lot about performance, discipline, and consistency, but none of that exists without the mental side being right. Talkspace gives you private access to licensed professionals so you can work on things like stress, focus, motivation, emotional control, and life balance. This isn't about something being wrong with you. This is about building mental strength the same way you build anything else, with the right support. If you're carrying pressure, trying to stay sharp, or just want a space to think clearly and move better, Talkspace is a real resource. You can check them out right through the link in the description, Linktree/TheObjectiveFan. Talkspace, mental performance for support for real life. Big time salute to Talkspace, our sponsor. Definitely something you should go check out. In our link tree, there's a special offer if you are interested, and it's a great tool for clarity, mental health, and strength. Go check it out now in our link tree. And if you definitely need the support, I'm gonna get back into the show. I'm gonna salute to some people in the building. Continue to smash that like button, y'all. We got to get the likes up. We got to get the likes higher, and so more cool people could get in the building. I'm gonna give a big time salute to all the channel members, all the subs. We do appreciate your support. I see you, Yuri, out there. I see you, JJ. Big time salute. Big time salute once again to Zach. And yeah, I appreciate you guys all. So let's make sure we hit our goals. We also got a target, right, Maxine? The $5 callback target. Later on when we take calls, especially if you wanna donate a call back as well, that's something that you could do later on in the show once we open up the phone lines. But we definitely have a goal that Maxine set out, and if you can help us achieve our goals, we do appreciate it. All right, let me get back into research mode, and I want to touch on this ticket prices, man. So the Knicks and the Lakers, we got a game coming up in Madison Square Garden. How do y'all feel about the tickets, man? Are they wilding? The tickets surged up to $912. I'm trying to figure this out. Can someone help me? Can someone help me? What's going on? Yeah, you see, I got the new sound bites. Yeah, I love my new sound bite. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out how in the hell, just because LeBron's last game, we got to pay $912. This is not even a playoff game. What the hell is going on? Is LeBron even on the injury report? You know what I'm saying? Is he even going to play? Will he magically get a back injury? Nah, I'm just joking. He's been performing and he's been playing recently. I'm just saying, like, man, this is a lot of money, man. I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts on this as well. Like, what are we supposed to do? We gotta, work another job just to get some tickets to go to these games, man. And of course, I think the high before this was the Warriors game, which is $760. Okay. So what say you about these high ticket prices, man? Are y'all going to go pay for it? The tickets for Kobe's final game, which was in LA, was, damn, they paid $1,100 for Kobe. I think that if this was advertised as LeBron's last game, I think the price would probably be similar. I think the average price would be $1,100 too. Yeah, I do see that. But I mean, I don't know. I could just watch it from TV at home and then do a post-game show. You know what I'm saying? That's wild, man. Man, that is wild. He's going to play whatever minutes we give him. Mike Brown said everybody just has to keep playing hard on both ends of the floor, take quality shots and rebound. Oh, he's talking about Yabu. Okay, nobody cares about Yabu. Sorry. But yeah, that's the Laker ticket prices. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I did have the pleasure of seeing LeBron a couple of times in the Garden. And I think one time we beat them, and the next time he killed us. And it was good seeing LeBron. Big dude. I never seen a dude that big move that fast. Like, yo, he's an anomaly, bro. Like, seriously. Like, if you didn't get a chance to see LeBron, you should go see LeBron at least once. He is like a steamboat. Like, yeah, he's different. He's different. He's one of the greatest of all time. Big time salute to LeBron James. I used to be one of the guys that used to be hard on LeBron because I found myself having to compare him to Jordan. But then I realized one day, yo, why don't I like LeBron? It's not like he killed us in the playoffs every year. Well, we had maybe 1 or 2 series against him. He wasn't giving us the fist that bald-headed guy out of Chicago gave us. I really don't have no animosity towards LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? I feel like LeBron, he's somebody who he could be as great as he is, and we don't need to compare him and Jordan and those guys. He's the greatest of this era. He's the best in this era. There's no way to know for sure who will be better than who at any point in time. You understand? So I think that, we need to fall back off of that. This like I get it. We want to debate and all those things are cool, but it really I hate to see, because when he goes 10 years from now, oh, LeBron was so great. Oh, yeah, it's spectacular. But while he's here, people don't appreciate him. And it's really sad. It's really sad, man. Do I want to talk about Yabu? I really don't. I do want to talk about this. So this came out right before we started the show. And this is why I like this 11 o'clock time. So whether we start at 11 or start before 11, I like to be on at 11, because a lot of times these dudes, they put out information. Man, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get this for you. So as I navigate this. So Tim Bontemps had a report, but this is Bontemps and Windhorst. They said the Knicks could use OG Anunoby in a trade to a third team to facilitate a trade. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get it on the screen, but they could use OG Anunoby to a third team to facilitate a trade. Now that had me thinking, right? That had me thinking. And I'm going to go back to Sports Track really quickly. There was some deals that we tried to work out. And the one deal that we tried to work out was Mikal Bridges to Portland. But honestly, the key to the deal, it might be OG to Portland. And let me show you why. We're not gonna play around with the trades like we did last night. If you want to see some of the wacky trades we came up with, yeah, it was definitely wacky. Big time salute to my man. It was Hakeem, Fins and Jay. Who else was there? I'm gonna get all the names. I shout out the names tonight when I do the MVP donors. But yeah, those brothers had some great trades. And then we appreciate the support with the super chats. Those guys would just every second they were coming up with a new trade and we were plugging into the machine. It was a great show. Last night's show was epic. So what I'm gonna do really quick, I'm not gonna spend much time on this. I'm gonna I just want to look at if the prospects of sending OG to Portland, because this is something that I didn't try before. So we're gonna load the usual players. Giannis to New York, right? We're gonna go OG to Portland, and then because we can't trade Mikal Bridges, we're gonna use Josh Hart. We're gonna send Josh Hart to Milwaukee. All right, and then we're gonna go to Milwaukee, and we're gonna send Drew Holiday to New York, and then we're gonna send the picks to Milwaukee. All right, so we'll send the picks to Milwaukee. For some reason I can't do 29. I don't know why. It is what it is. Bam. So let's see what happens. So it passes on the Bucks end. It fails on the Knicks end. Oh, yeah. Okay. So remember, when we use the Josh Hart example, we got to have a $5 million buffer. We got to have a $5 million buffer. So this plus $2 million or plus, I'm sorry, this plus, hold on, let me get my math right. Oh, okay, I see it. So, okay, it's still not enough. Still not enough. So it would have to be Cat. So it would have to be Cat and OG. That would have to be the trade. Okay. I got it. All right. I don't want to play with that. All right, cool. But I just wanted to give an example of if the Portland Trailblazers would be willing to take OG, and then maybe you could take Holiday out and get like a Kamara, who I like Kamara. This kid Kamara, wait till I give the breakdown for tonight's Portland game. But let's say, let's have fun with it now. Let's say we take, let's just send Kamara. Oh no, he has a poison pill. But not, Kamara's coming to New York. I just realized that. He has the poison pill, but Kamara would go to New York. Yeah, he's going to New York. So let's say we say, all right, we take Kamara and just to, makes money work even more, we'll take Thibault. All right, we'll take Thibault. Cool. So, all right. So let's take out Holiday. Let's take Holiday out. Let's remove him entirely. All right, bam. And let's see where we are now with the money. Portland gets plus 25. It fails because they need to get rid of more salary. Okay, damn. All right, so Portland has to add more salary. So it still wouldn't work like that. That means you're going to have to take one of these dudes. You might have to take Jeremy Grant. Damn. Let's see. Could I send Jeremy Grant to Milwaukee? No. All right. Well, that's just to show you how difficult the trade is, man. But you could find a third team to send OG to. And I'll get to the Hawks later. Oh, God. I could only imagine about the Hawks. I'm going to get into one topic, and then I'm going to open up the phone line. I'm going to get into one more topic, then open up the phone line. But it's hard to do this trade, man. Leon Rose and them guys, Brock Aller, man, I wish them guys the best of luck. As you can see how difficult it is to do this trade, man. Oh, my God. It's amazing. So I'm going to go to the Jim Dolan now, the Dolan Foundation. Now, here's an interesting angle. So, big time salute to Daily Knicks, right? They always got these interesting angles. All right? Bam. And also, like, by saying OG is a key to the deal, too, is saying that Mikal Bridges, Nova Boy, doesn't have to go in the deal. If you could find a team, like if Portland, more in particular, if we could make it work with Portland, and Portland could send back those Milwaukee picks, because that's the crux to the deal. That's the crux to the deal. Anyway, so Dolan might look bad no matter how the Giannis sweepstakes play out. Okay? James Dolan did not mince his words when he made an appearance on WFAN earlier this month. He talked about what the Knicks hope to accomplish with this group. And it's another thing, is nothing short of, well, everything. This is what he said, just to remind you. Getting to the finals, we absolutely have to do. Winning the finals, we should do. It was implied that Dolan was talking about getting to the finals with this version of the Knicks. That's why right now, Dolan's reputation might not be on the line. And he's someone recovered from seemingly irreparable public image. Well, I mean, what he did was he allowed Leon Rose, and before that, Phil Jackson, to make the basketball decisions. Simple. That's all he had to do. I mean, that's it. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to, do anything else. Just stay out of the way. Stay over there. We got it, Dolan. No doubt. Good job. Simple. By the way, I can make these things bigger now in research mode so you guys can see it a little better. Anyway, it was implied that Dolan was talking about, okay, no, I've read that. All right. So on one hand, this is the quagmire. On one hand, if Dolan doesn't pull off the Giannis trade and the Knicks stay the course, then don't win it all, he'll catch flack for not doing enough to elevate his team. So to all you people that say, oh yeah, I loved it my Knicks, I'm not giving up nobody for Giannis. I want to stick with a whole bunch of guys that we'll never talk about 20 years from now outside of New York. I'm going to stick with these guys, and I'm not going to get Giannis. But you keep these guys, they get bumped in the second round. Are y'all going to feel silly if Giannis goes to Orlando and goes win the championship? If Giannis goes to Toronto, and well, I shouldn't have said Toronto. But if he goes to one of these other teams and if he goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers and he wins the championship, would y'all feel the same? Would you feel stupid then? I'm going to keep what I got. Because see, the crux to the Giannis deal is not just you not getting him, it's your ops getting him. It's Boston getting him. It's the teams you're competing with getting him. It's the Atlanta Hawks getting him. We'll get to Atlanta in a second. But it's all of these teams that you think you're better than right now. They are going to get better if they go get Giannis. And I'm telling you, and mark my words, when Giannis is traded, whether it's to the Knicks or to another team, it's not going to be for a package that you feel is cool. Uh-oh, I got the Detroit haters texting me. Oh, God. I got the Detroit haters why are you texting me to try to act like you ain't sad that Detroit Pistons got smacked last night? You should be on timeout. Don't message me till your team gets another win. Be gone. Anyway, goddamn Detroit Pistons. Anyway, the bottom line is if those teams trade, and Detroit's another dumbass team. I'm sorry, I'm going there. They're another team that, oh yeah, we want to keep what we got. We want to keep what we got. If K goes down, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if K goes down? Come on. What are we talking about? Right? So that'll be the flag if he doesn't get it, right? And if he does approve of the trade for Giannis, then he probably didn't actually believe the Knicks roster as it stands. So you see the quagmire he's in? But he has the trump card, though, Daily Knicks. He's not making the decisions. Dolan is not the one making the decisions. It's Leon Rose. So Dolan is only doing what he's being told by Leon. He also said in the interview that Dolan would be willing to pivot. You know, that Leon may pivot and he could overrule me. So that's another out. So I don't think Dolan looks bad at all, because Dolan's not the one making the decisions. But I just thought that was an interesting take. What do you guys think about Dolan? So we definitely going to open up the phone lines, man. Definitely, if you want to call and voice your opinion, 646-995-8389. Call up. Let your voice be heard. Of course, when you hear this, let's go. You're on the clock. We got a 3-minute clock. Call-up show rules do apply. The first call, 3 minutes. We do got the $5 callback option, which you could send via Cash App, or you could send it to the Super Chat, or you could send it to the link tree, whatever way you prefer, if you want to call back. But it's a hard clock, okay? Once you hear that, let's go. Let's go. You better go. So we do got our first caller.
Good.
Hey, caller, state your name, where you calling from.
This is Yuri. Good afternoon.
Yuri. Let's go, man.
Man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. Daily Knicks is probably one of the most clickbaity articles I've ever heard in my life. Don't bad guy here. Hey, he made a declaration that, hey, we didn't put the NBA Cup banner up. Why? We're going for the NBA title. The real NBA championship.
Right.
Leon told him, I believe in his team. But here's the thing. Dolan also told Leon, hey, if you want to pivot, I'm with you.
Right.
I'll help you pivot. I think Dolan's doing the right thing, staying on the sidelines, not forcing anything.
Right.
I think if you're Dolan, you hear the Giannis news, talk about it with Leon, do what you got to do, and then you make the choice.
Right.
Why am I doing this trade? This whole Giannis thing is getting out of control, by the way. The media's been blowing up about it 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We riding the wave, man. This is what we doing, man. We riding the Giannis wave until he's traded or he can't be
either traded or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
right.
But if you trade at the deadline, it's going into the offseason. That's my prediction. It's going into the offseason.
And more of your favorite Knicks will be out of here. Just remember that.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
So what I've heard so far is the Brooklyn Nets can establish a package. Warriors can establish a package. And it's getting, I talked about it with Mellow Mike as well on the low. It's getting real ugly in that Bucks office from what I'm understanding. Because the Bucks want their own interests. Giannis wants his own interests. And the Bucks is like, yo, we got to get you out of here and we got to establish ourselves. And Giannis, it's getting real ugly in that front office, Karan. That's all I'm going to say between the both of them. Now, as the Knicks stand, the Knicks are considered outsiders. But I wouldn't count the Knicks out in this Giannis trade. I wouldn't count them out. Okay,
Who said the Knicks are outsiders? Who said that?
Ian Begley.
He did?
Yeah, he said
if you could post that in the Discord or the if you could post that somewhere, I would like to see that.
Yeah, when I get the chance, I will. I'll probably send it to you later tonight when I'm in evening time before the game starts.
Okay. All right, no doubt.
So I got 30 seconds left, but I want to cook a little bit though. the trade deadlines. I think this trade deadline is really important because whether you get Giannis or not, you got to upgrade the bench, right? And Nick run, and this team's on a 4-game winning streak right now. You know what I mean? It feels like they're finally starting to turn the corner or understanding Mike
10
Brown's system.
seconds.
Thank you, Maxie. My 10 seconds is whatever happens with the date deadline, I root for the Knicks. I root on the back.
Bam. Okay, man. I appreciate you, Yuri, man. Big time salute, my brother. By the way, two other options when you get on the clock. You could call back. There's one, the $5 call back if you want to call back for more, or you can send in a super chat. Okay, you can send a super chat to $ the objective fan. As far as the Knicks being outsiders, I don't know. I didn't see that nowhere. I didn't see that the Knicks would be an outside. Now he might have said it, but and if he didn't said it, then it holds some credence and it holds some weight. But yeah, I'm not jacking that. I don't think the Knicks are outsiders. I think the Knicks are going hard to try to make this happen. And the only way it doesn't happen is not about the package. See, you guys keep talking about the package. It goes back to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He has to want to come to New York. That's it. That's the only way for it to happen. There is no package. It's I want to go to New York, so I go to New York. We keep talking about who has the package. That's that Milwaukee bullcrap. They're not going to get. I guarantee you, the teams with the best package, the Brooklyn Nets, Giannis is not going to the Brooklyn Nets. It's not happening. It's not about the best package. It's about where he wants to go. The last I seen, it was 4 teams. The Knicks, Miami, Minnesota, Golden State. I doubt it'll be another team outside of that. I did see something about Philly, but I don't think Philly's going to be able to make it happen. I don't think Philly has what the Bucks want, and I don't think Giannis wants to go. More importantly, not just the package, I don't think Giannis wants to go to Philadelphia. It's where he wants to go, period. It's not about no goddamn package. If you want fair, you go to the Carnival. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. This is the Knicks wake-up call, all right? Even though this is like the brunch call. But it's the wake-up call. JJP, NYC, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Can you hear me? Am I coming through good?
You're coming through good, brother.
All right, cool. Listen,
Let's go.
Ian Begley, when he says the Knicks said they're not a player or they're on the outside of things, he's not wrong. Right now, as we speak, they're on the outside of it. But when Giannis says this is where he wants to come, or he puts it between 2 teams, the Knicks, Miami, whoever, that's when they will be insiders of all these things, or on the inside of it. So he's not mixing words. He's not, throwing word salad out there. Yeah, right now they might be on the outside because nobody really knows, no team really knows where they are with this whole thing. It just happened. He just made the demand.
Right.
So there's nothing to really figure out with that. But my whole thing is OG's a no-go. I don't want to see OG going in all this. I need him. I need Giannis on the same team. We need that Nigerian nightmare front and center. JB, he'll handle not all, but most of the offense. And then, of course, you got Hart as the slashing
Right.
defender and playmaker. McCall's out of here. Cat possibly out of here too. And then we go from there. But no, they're not. He's not lying. They are on the outside because this thing is brand new. It might not even happen at all come February 5th. It might not happen at all. So I don't know.
Right.
We'll see. But that's where I'm like, I'm not really buying too much stock into any of the reports because it's just so complicated. When it comes to a superstar of this magnitude, things get so complicated. So when it happens, it happens. I'm not stressing it at all.
Right.
But I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Well, I disagree with the notion that we're outsiders. I don't understand. That doesn't make no sense. How do you make aggressive packages for Giannis, but now you're on the outside? The key to the deal is going to be that whether where he wants to go, he has to stop the nice guy act and say, I want to go here. Don't give Milwaukee options. Because let me tell you something. They get that first pick in the summer. Boy. You're going to become even more expendable because now they got the guy to replace you. So that's my take.
Yeah. I don't know. Not to use this guy as someone who's a philosopher, but Phil Jackson has said, "Hey, look, the draft is a shot in the dark."
Right.
And he was wrong about a lot of things, but he ain't wrong about that. But anyway, that's my 10 seconds. Maxine, super producer, Karan, I'm out. Peace.
Great call from JJP NYC. The Ian Begley outsider. I'm not jacking that. Not sure when he said that. Maybe he said that this morning. It is what it is with that. I don't think that way. I think that no team is the favorite unless he wants to go there. But if he goes to Milwaukee and says, well, I want to go to these 4 teams and you pick out the team. If he does something like that, then it'll be in Milwaukee's hands. But it's up to him and his handler. I don't understand the whole I got to be nice thing. That's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It makes me not even want Giannis, to keep it honest with you. Like, if that's his temperament, I need somebody like this is what I want. Defiant alpha dog energy. I don't need a beta dog. Oh, I'll go there. Oh, I'll go there. Oh, I don't know. Minnesota, see. Nah, dog. I want to go somewhere. My mind is made up. All of this other alpha dog. This is why I'm hoping that, we waiting for Mikal to become available and the trigger is pulled. That's what I'm praying. That's what the delay is. We're going to wait some days. We're going to iron it out. We're going to contact Portland. I don't want to hear about the Knicks being no outsider unless Giannis says himself. Remember how LeBron made the decision? And he said the 5 team. Remember when we thought we had a chance at LeBron? And then he narrowed it down to 5 teams and the Knicks wasn't on the list? Mellow Mike, what's going on?
Oh, good morning, good afternoon to you and everybody in the chat.
Big time salute, brother. Let's go. So where we at? Where you want to go?
I just want to make mine's brief, address this to you, and I want to hear from the chat. The only thing I was doing a little research, which I normally don't do. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I pulled this up from Fox Sports. Obviously, I believe Giannis came into the league in 2013, correct?
Yeah.
I believe, okay.
Yes.
So now we got 12, 13 years total of service to the league. And what I did do was count, just focusing on his calves, okay, the incident that obviously he has going on that could lead to Achilles. 22 reports on the calf, okay, 2 on the Achilles, and I'm trying to remember the other one was 59 on, hold on 1 second. 59 reports on the knee. Okay, dating back from 2017 till the present. You know what it gives me? Amari Stoudemire vibes. Not as severe. He's not like Amari, but that's the vibes that I'm getting. So the last time I recall, Cat's still playing while Giannis is still sitting sitting at home, I should say, and not playing and not contributing. That's another hesitation for me to pull the trigger with Giannis. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And if I can hear from you, if what you got to say, and I want to hear from the chat, from the guys too. I'll be reading.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond. Yeah, I took note of everything you said.
All right. So I'm signing off.
All right. Big time, yeah, big time salute, Mike. I appreciate you, man. You know you're my dog, man. Big time salute.
I got you. Okay,
all
you
right.
too, bro. Bye-bye.
So It's funny that he went to Fox Sports, man. Suze the Mellow Mike, that's my dog, man. We talk. That's my man. You know, we get a lot. But on this topic, we disagree on this topic. So he went to Fox Sports, and damn, do I want to go to Fox? Yeah, let's go to Fox Sports. Let's do it. Let's go to Fox Sports. So he pulled up Giannis Antetokounmpo. He went to Fox Sports and pulled up his injury history, right? And so when we get to Fox Sports, okay, Giannis Antetokounmpo injury, bam, all right. And let's see, Fox Sports, where we at? No, we gotta go to Fox Sports. Fox Sports is the #1 site that I go to for injuries, but there's a caveat to Fox Sports.
10
even though I love
seconds.
it. Damn, I'm on the clock right now. Damn, Max, you got me on the clock. Let me stop. So look, when you go to Fox Sports, one thing they don't do, and this is why you can't just stay on Fox Sports, they don't tell you the severity of the injury. So like when they say knee, it could just be sore knee. It don't mean that your knee is broke. It don't mean you tore a meniscus, right? It don't give you the details of the injury. So going to Fox Sports and just looking at his injury history is not good enough. My question to you though, Mellow Mike, did you pull up OG Anunoby's Fox Sports? Did you go to OG Anunoby and see his injury history? How about instead of looking at the injury history, right? Because remember, anytime you rest, is going to say a issue, right? Anytime you sit out a game, it's going to say an issue, right? So if you pull up Mitchell Robinson and you see ankle, does that mean that Mitchell Robinson's ankle is messed up, or is it load management, right? But let's look at the games played per season. Giannis hasn't played under 60 games in his career. Can you say that about some of your beloved Knicks? One of the guys who you don't want to trade, when you get the chance, go to OG Anunoby's Fox Sports and then go look at his games played on Basketball Reference and see how many games he missed. But you're willing to hold on to him as opposed to Giannis Antetokounmpo, okay? And as far as Amari Stoudemire vibes, no, this is not similar to Amari Stoudemire because Amari Stoudemire, right, was told by doctors that his knees will not last another 3 years. There is no doctor that said that Giannis won't last another 3 years. Also, Giannis, the only way a calf sprain turns to an Achilles is if you continue to play on a bad calf sprain, which he hasn't done. When he hurts his calf, he comes out. That's why he missed the games he missed. So as long as you rest it, and you treat it right, it will not turn to an Achilles. You have to let it rest. So Halliburton played with the calf sprain, playoffs. Jason Tatum played with his calf sprain, playoffs. Dame Lillard played with his calf sprain, playoffs. That's why they had Achilles injuries. So yes, I appreciate the research, brother, but you came to the right guy with the question. By the way, if you can't call up, feel free to send in a donation super chat, a message, so I will respond to it the way I do the calls. That's if you can't call up, and the $5 callback option is available if you feel like I'm capping. I'm going to take one more call before I get into the next program of the show, and then we got to talk about the Atlanta Hawks, unfortunately. All right? So final call, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Hey, how's it going, brother? State your name and let the people know where you're calling from, brother.
Yes, this is Tony Starks. I want to give a big shout out to
Big time.
you, Objective Knicks. And I want to shout out my hometown, Harlem, New York.
Let's go. Nice.
But
Big time.
nevertheless, I've been listening to you for a minute, never called. But I said I gotta call my guy up. You know, I like what you're doing out here. I like the fact that we can ask you a question and you answer it, you know, to the T. So I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt. No doubt.
So pretty much this is what I'm feeling right now. I don't think, like, we can have Giannis. I don't believe we're going to get Giannis. But I feel like, you know, we could do great things with him. But at the same token, New York is more like a blue collar bang bang gang anywhere. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
feel me on that?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So whatever I'm really getting at is we need to keep a guy like OG. We should keep a guy like Mikal, Deuce, Mitchell Robinson, and weed out a Yabusele, anybody like that, and kind of see who we could get in that score and burst.
Okay.
Guys that, because like what I'm saying is when you see like a guy like Jordan Clarkson, people try to crap on him, but I've noticed whenever you throw him in at the right time, he could get in the paint. You can't stop him from getting in the paint.
That's true.
And then once he get in the paint, he's scoring. What I don't like to see from him is shooting a lot of threes. He got to tone it down on the three. But it's like getting guys like that and putting a group together so we can have a Detroit Pistons type of championship.
Okay.
And that's
I like
what
that
I'm
you went
looking
there.
for.
I like that you went there. Is that all? Because I don't want to interrupt your time because I know you're on the clock. So I like to let people get it out.
Okay, and just my mom, I got one more thing for you.
Go ahead. You got time.
You explained something one time where you was like, there's a certain caliber of a player that they put together, and you see it every single time on a championship team. I need to hear that again because I think you were saying it was like a certain amount of all-stars need to be on the team.
I'll break that down. Right. I got you because that's where I was going to go, actually. I was going to go there because you put up the Pistons, so I definitely was going to go there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But big time salute. I remember seeing you in the chat too. Big time salute, Tony Starks.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I stay in your chat, brother.
All right, man. Peace, brother. Peace. Good call. He said a lot. I agree with some of the things he said about the blue collar town. This has always been a blue collar town. Even going back to those 70s teams. Like I know Walt Clyde, he was fly dressing, but his game wasn't flashy. Like they had some bruises, Willis Reed, Dave the Butcher. Like they weren't the flashiest. Of course, they did get Earl of Pearl, who brought some style. But yeah, this team has always been, grounded in that blue collar rough style, Mitchell Robinson kind of dudes. I'm not mad at that. My thing is though, Max, by the way, no, that's not what it was. His call was over before then, Max. Okay, I'm looking at my producer's messages. So, yeah. Anyway, so the blue collar stuff, I rock it with that. We're not the Detroit Pistons, though, brother. The one thing we're missing about the Detroit Pistons. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna tell you something. How I know I'm cooking on the mic. The Detroit Pistons fan said, "Real talk, bro." He told me, the Pistons fans told me real talk, bro. So that's how I know I'm cooking. When another team could see what I'm saying, I know I'm cooking. Anyway, to bring it back to talk about Detroit. And it's funny now I'm talking about Detroit fan and I'm talking about Detroit. Detroit, they're the only team. We went back to 1958. They're the only team to win a championship without an All-NBA first team, nor an MVP. They're the only team to do it. So what you think these Knicks can do with Jalen Brunson right now has never been done. The thing about the Detroit Pistons, they had 4 All-Stars. Do we have 4 All-Stars? Is OG Anunoby an All-Star? Maybe. Is Mikal Bridges an All-Star? No. So to put yourself in a position to be like Detroit, it's like you're the odds. See, I deal with probability. That's why when I do my breakdowns, I'm so accurate because I deal with probability. It's called stats with context. I don't just stat you out of death. Like, oh yeah, and this, and this. What are we talking about? Right? You got to put the stat in the right context because if you do, then you're telling the right story. And that's what I always do. So I don't think we have 4 all-star caliber players. I don't think we're as good as that Detroit Pistons team for what they were at that time. I'm not talking about us actually going head to head. I'm saying in their era, where they represented a top 3 defense, right? and then a big-time closer, the big shot in Chauncey Billups. We don't have that on this team. Sorry, we don't. The offense shows potential of being the best in the league, but we're not the best in the league. Until it happens, I can't act like it's there. I do a show called The Knicks in 10. By the way, this is why you subscribe. I do a show called The Knicks in 10. It's my favorite show. I break down the real-time progress. I tell you exactly where the Knicks are. I told you early in the year why the Knicks were the most dominant team in the East. I told you why early in the year the Knicks were the best team in the East. And then I gave you real talk. I said the Knicks are not as good as we think they are. And it was all based on their performance, stats, and numbers. All right? Big time salute to my man Parrish Thugger with the super chat. He said, gangster move. Get Giannis, rest him, tank the rest of the season for development, use our high first pick, and be ready for the world next year. Giannis, JB Hart, and OG. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. I agree with everything you just said. Besides tanking, we can't tank. We're not gonna tank. That's not that part right there is not happening. But I do agree with what you're saying in terms of trading Giannis, and I would rest him. The pressure now that you have Giannis, your window has opened up. The window has opened up because. And I'm gonna say this again. I know, and because there's a lot of new people that watch me, and so they don't know this stuff. But next year is the year, not this year. If you get Giannis this year, the goal is to avoid becoming hard cap at the first apron, because now that you have Giannis, you can go all in the summer. If you still have Mitchell Robinson, you can sign him in the summer. Right? If you could sign a veteran, somebody who don't get paid. There's a lot of value in trading for Giannis now. Forget the playoffs and all of that now. Forget how well we do in the playoffs now. I agree with resting Giannis. There's nothing wrong with that. Resting him and then picking it up next year. Pick it up next year, and then you build the team around the stars. See, that's something the Knicks never did. We never built the team around nobody. We just assembled talent. How championship teams are built is they build the team around the stars. That's what they did in Boston. They built the team around Tatum and Brown. Oh, yo, we need to go get a 7'4" sniper so we could pick and pop from the nail and beyond. Let's go get Kristaps Porzingis. Then we needed to go get the top 5 two-way point guard all time to go help Derek White in the backcourt. So now we got one of the best backcourts in basketball. Definitely the best defensive backcourt in basketball. That's how you build a team. And that's what the Knicks need to do. Now that you have the star player, your window opens up another 2 years. That's the goal. Right now, you don't have a 2-year window. I'm telling you right now, if this Knicks team, as constructed with no Giannis, gets bumped in the second round, half of your favorite Knicks won't be here next year. That's the high reality stakes that we're looking at. And then, oh yeah, we'll get Giannis in the summer. He might be gone. Now the Lakers conjure up a way to go get him. Think about that. The Lakers go conjure up a way to go get him. Think about it. The Golden State Warriors, who have a proven track record of getting stars, something the Knicks don't do. We only had one, I repeat, one MVP in our 80-year history. And now we have a chance to go get a 2-time MVP. And you're telling me, no, we want to stick with a whole bunch of guys that won't be remembered in the next 20 years outside of New York. Mitchell Robinson. No one's going to talk about Mitchell Robinson in the next 20 years outside of New York. I'm willing to put a bet on it. And you want to tell me, oh, yeah, I need to keep these guys. And you got a chance to get somebody that would be the best player in the world instantly as soon as he enters New York. It don't make no sense to me. Big time salute to my man Crib's dad. He says, hello. This is Yuri, first time caller, long time listener. I'm working, but trying to listen to the Objective Fan. Yo, big time salute to my man Crib's dad. I miss Crib's dad. I'm glad to have you back, Crib's dad. You always bring the lightheartedness to the show, man. Big time salute to Crib's dad. But yeah, if you can't call up, you could always send in a donation and I will respond. Let me see if there's any other topics I need to get into before I get to, oh yeah, we got to talk about Towns. Let's talk about Towns. and then I'm gonna get into the game, and then I'm gonna get into the Hawks. All right. So I got to talk about Big Bodega Cat, because people seem to think that these guys forgot how to be professionals. Okay, people think that these guys seem to forget how to be professionals. So Fadeaway World, he posted this. I had another article. I don't know where the hell is that. Anyway, Karl Anthony Towns reportedly upset with the Knicks front office over the Giannis Antetokounmpo rumors. Okay, according to Sam Amick, big time salute to Sam Amick. He actually got a great interview with Giannis that is fire. If you didn't read it, we did a show on it. It's fire. Anyway, according to Sam Amick, senior writer at The Athletic, Towns has harbored some hard feelings towards the Knicks front office, including him and potential trade offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Just ask the Knicks, who talks with the Bucks about Antetokounmpo last summer, led to hard feelings with Karl Anthony Towns that, per team sources, remain to this day. So he has sources from the team, and my man Sam did a great job interviewing. So I don't think he's capping. That's a double doozy that every team seeks to avoid: the failure to land the player they're pursuing, that is followed by a step backward relationship-wise with the player who learned he was really sent packing in the process. What do you guys think about that? You think that Towns is feeling some type of way to the front office? Right? Towns, I got Towns' quote as well. Towns responded to this when he was asked it. Let me see. Hopefully I got it right here. I think it's in this article too. You know, my problem is I got too many goddamn sources that I just keep forgetting where I put it. Like it comes to a point where it's like I just can't remember where I put this stuff. Oh, big time salute. Yo, big time salute to my man J Tap. He said, "Keep Mitch out of your mouth." Salute to you, J Tap. Knicks State Madness Discord server channel member. Me and him is battling right now in the fantasy league. We got a fantasy league that we created for the channel members. Me and him, we're battling today. So it's funny that he put that message there. Yeah, that's my dog, man. Big time salute, J Tap. I appreciate your support. Keep Mitch out of your mouth. Now, for the record, to all the Mitchettes, I don't want to trade Mitch if it's not for Giannis. So anybody could go for Giannis. That's just my take. That's me. Anybody. All right? But yeah, outside of that, Mitch is valuable. I wouldn't trade Mitch for nobody. Because if you can't get Giannis, you're going to need him when you go up against him and he's cooking you in the playoffs. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so this is what Towns said about this whole scenario. For his part, Towns downplayed his name being involved in recent trade chatter. Bondi writes in another story, the five-time All-Star has known Leon Rose for years, as the Knicks president was Towns' former agent at CAA, but they haven't spoken about any speculation. This is what he said. I feel like I've been in true trade rumors for a lot of times, for a year damn near. That don't matter to me, Towns said when he was traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves to the Knicks before last season. I don't look at social media. I believe that. I really don't think he looks at social media. I'm going to tell you why in a second. I don't look at social media or none of that stuff. I focus on the job at hand, which is trying to get wins every single night. As long as I do that, I do my job. I go home happy and I feel accomplished. I'm not worried about what anybody got to say or what people write or anything like that. The reason why I believe that is because when Draymond Green said what he said about Towns, I don't even think Towns was aware of it, or if he was aware of it, someone told him about it when he made the comments about, oh yeah, he didn't play. It had nothing to do with a funeral. It had everything to do because he's scared of Draymond Green, right? I believe that. I believe that Towns doesn't pay attention because of his response. He said, I choose to respond with love. I don't think he really heard the Draymond Green comment. I don't think he did, because if he would have heard those comments, I'm pretty sure he would have responded a lot differently. Now, he did call him a hoe 3 times in the game, according to Draymond Green, but I don't think Towns is sweat. These guys are professionals, man. You think the trades when he was in Minnesota, they talked about trading him. This ain't nothing new. It comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. Yo, at the end, all right. So look, let's look at it like this. whether he goes to Minnesota, Chicago, Atlanta, no matter where he goes, he still gets paid. Why in the hell would he be upset? It's not like he's going to lose out on his bag. Clearly, he doesn't care about that. They all getting paid. Now, would it hurt to leave from home? Maybe. But it ain't going. It's not a scenario where, oh, yeah, I'm not going to play because I'm upset. And, I got beef with Leon now because he's trying to trade me, huh? First off, it's rumors. Leon didn't say nothing. All Leon, you know what I'd say if I was Leon? Yeah, I never said nothing. I don't know where they're getting that shit from. Excuse my French. If I was Leon, I'd be like, yo, do you ever see quotes from me? Towns, you know me for all these years. Did you ever see quotes from me? Knowing damn well I'm in the office right now talking to Milwaukee about you. There's no such thing as loyalty in basketball. The only loyalty that exists is between the fans and the teams. The team will trade a player. The player will leave a team. That's just how it works. There's no such thing as Isaiah Hartenstein told you that. I love New York, but I'm about to get paid. That's just what it's not going to stop their pay. So, no, he's not going to stop playing. That's the craziest notion I ever seen. Salute to my man, Paris Duggan. He said, wrong. We got to upgrade on Mitch and Deuce to win it. Ooh. Yo, Paris, you know what? And Giannis is that upgrade. That's how I see it. We got to upgrade on Mitch and Deuce. That's the upgrade. We gotta go do what we gotta go do. If that's what it takes, Parrish, then that's what it takes. I'm with you. They gotta go. Now, would I trade them for somebody else? More than likely, no, unless I'm getting somebody else really good that I'm not thinking about. But Giannis is the guy. Giannis is the mark, man. I'll be back with more after these messages.
The Objective Knicks fan is officially partnering with creators and brands this year. If you have a product, service, business, or personal brand and you want exposure to thousands of passionate New York Knicks fans, turnkey promotional opportunities are now available. Here's what's being offered. Ad rotations, a 30-second ad placed throughout a full episode, including the opening and mid-show breaks. Maximum visibility with links in the description, reaching both live viewers and replay audiences. Now we have the Business Spotlight, a full 30-minute interview feature highlighting your brand, your journey, and how fans can support you. Includes logo placement in the thumbnail, direct links in the description, cross-promotion across platforms, and permanent evergreen content on the channel. And last, we have co-host opportunities, where you can appear as an official co-host on the Blue and Orange Breakfast Show or Knicks Nocturnal. Your name in the title, in the thumbnail, equal airtime, and full promotional support across the Objective Knicks Fan Network. To activate and grow with us, go to linktree.com/theobjectivefan now.
Definitely big time salute to Maxine for another lovely message. If you have any interest of working with the Objective Knicks Fan, you can. All you got to do is hit the Linktree, linktree/theobjectivefan. All our information is there, the packages, our email. If you want to email us, info@thisweekinsidethenix.com, and I'll take down the call-up number so you guys can see it. That's the same link that's in the description. And when you go there, you definitely can check out more information on these things. And as to all things that's related with this channel. But big time salute to everybody in the building. I do appreciate you guys for your support. Continue to smash that like button so we can continue to get more Knicks fans in the building. I see the channel members going crazy in there. Uh-oh. Are the Mitchettes going crazy? Hopefully the Mitchettes are not going too crazy. Big time salute to the Mitchettes. I'm not a Mitchett. No, I can't say that. But I do support Mitchell Robinson. I support everybody who's a New York Knicks. I don't really care otherwise. So what I'm going to do right now, before I get to the Hawks, I'm going to get to the Hawks. We talked about Giannis a lot. And I'm definitely going to get to the Hawks. I got to talk about this Portland game. All right, because you guys know I always do the reports every time we got a game on the Blue and Orange Morning Show. So that's what we're going to continue to do. I just want to make sure I covered everything else that I wanted to. Yeah, we did. So we doing good. We moving good. So let's get to this Portland Trailblazer game. Now, I'm not going to act as though I'm more confident this game than I am the other game that we just had against the Sacramento Kings. But I do think we're going to blow them out. Yeah, I do think I think we're going to smack them. I think that the Portland Trailblazers are I think they're weak. Yeah, I think they're very weak. I think they're meek. I think they're just not up to par. They are pretty much in the same position or very similar position to where we last saw them. They are a team that can't make it to 500 to save their life. They struggle to get there. Let's see if I got their last 10. I do. So, these are their last 10 games. Okay. Right. I think they did get to 500 here, but then they fell. Let me see. Yeah, they managed to get above 500, right? And then they fell right back below. Like, they can't stay above 500 to save their life. And what I'm beginning to think about the Portland Trailblazers, I'm beginning to think that they're just not a above 500 team. They're just not consistent enough. When we look at Portland right now in the standings, and you see that they are a 9th place team, I think the play-in is where they'll be. You see this minus 1.9 right here? And I could zoom in a little bit. We got a little zoom in wiggle room right there. Bam. You see this minus 1.9 from Portland? They consistently had a negative differential for a while now, right? And I know people are like, oh, why you always go to differential? That doesn't mean nothing. See, I always give you stats with context. I keep saying that. I track stats over a period of time. I don't just look at stat one day and I never look at it again. No, I consistently track it. The last time we looked at this, when the Knicks were at the 40-game mark, they were a minus 3.1. If I continue to go back, right? Now, see, I don't talk about the West Coast teams no more like I used to back at when I did the Knicks in 10 last year, because I try to condense it because it's too much information on that show. But I still keep track of it myself. Just because I don't share it with you doesn't mean I don't keep track of it. 20 games ago, they were a minus 3.9. All right? And then if I want to go back further, I can. Then if I go back another 10 games, they were a minus 2.9. They've been battling at that 10-9 spot. They cannot crack that 10-9 spot. I don't think they'll get above that 10-9 spot because the Golden State Warriors, I think, are just a better team than them. Even without Jimmy Butler, I think the Golden State Warriors stay in that 8th spot. And I think Phoenix stays in that 7th spot. I don't see no slippage for none of those teams. And then the teams in the top 6, besides the Lakers, to me, are really solid. I think the Lakers, by default, will stay in the top 6 just because they got Luka and LeBron. But besides that, the Lakers are also another team. I call them the Fakers. And I think we're going to cook them, too, on Sunday. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. And we may discuss that later. But anyway, to keep it on the Portland Trailblazers, I just feel like they just can't get over the hump. It's like somebody who can never get it right. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Portland Trailblazers are. They are a team that just can't get it right. The weirdest thing about the Portland Trailblazers? I'm going to tell you the weirdest thing in doing my scouting report on Portland once again, because we already seen them. So, and we did a show on this before on them. So I'm not going to go over all of their rankings. I'm just going to give you the difference between the team we saw then and the team we see now. And there's not much difference. They're still mediocre in most things. The thing I don't understand about Portland, right? And salute to my man Mellow Mike. He always gets on the Knicks for taking a lot of threes. This is the team that needs your message the most, Mellow. They are 3rd in 3-point attempts. Hold on, let me zoom in. Make sure y'all can see this. They are 3rd in 3-point attempts in the league. 3rd. They take 41.6 threes a game. They are last in percentage. They're 30th. They shoot 33.7%. Why? Yo, I watched the game against the Boston Celtics. At one point, they were down like 30-something to 11. You know why? They started the game off 2 of 12 from 3. 2 of 12 from 3. Could you believe? And then they came back because they started to go downhill, but that's a whole nother point. Bottom line is, See, I don't just look at the box score. I'm not a box score warrior. I actually watch the games. This is why I can speak so confidently. And what I'm telling you is this team is way worse than you could ever imagine the Knicks can be when the Knicks is not hitting the three ball. In the last 10 games, to double down on them being terrible from three, they actually shot a percentage point less, 32% from three, and they ranked 27th in the league. They are terrible consistently. In the last 10 games, to double down on them being one of the worst field goal shooting teams in the league, they dropped a percentage point at just under 44% from the field. Yeah, this team they just can't shoot the ball. And it's a shame because they got so many athletes like Alnia, Kamara, Shaden Sharp. Even the Love kid has good athleticism. They got some really good athletes on this team, but they just play, I don't want to say doofy basketball. I'm just going to say they play low IQ basketball. They play low IQ basketball. The only one that likes to get busy to the bucket most of the time, and I can't even say that because he shoots 6 threes a game. Jeremy Grant will go downhill a little bit more, but he's still not, his shooting is not efficient either. And by the way, that is one of the major differences from the last game is they do have Jeremy Grant back in the lineup. He technically is their sixth man, but realistically in the last 10 games, his game has been on a downhill decline because he's averaging 13.8 on 34% shooting or 39% shooting from the field. And that puts him down 3 percentage points down. So Jeremy Grant is not playing the best basketball. I'm not scared of no goddamn Jeremy Grant. And no, I hope we don't have to take him in the trade, but we might have to take him in the Giannis trade. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. But yeah, the Portland Trailblazers, they've been struggling. They're playing 500 basketball, which keeps them below 500. Think about it. If you're below 500 and you play 500 basketball, you'll never get above 500. And that's their problem. Now, Danny Avdia, we saw him get hurt in our last game. He only played 5 games in the last 10-game stretch. He's been dealing with a back injury that has really hampered his production. His scoring is down 3 points. He's down from 20, what's he averaging? 25.8. He's down to 20, what is it, 2? Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. Yeah, 22 points. Right, so his scoring is down. He's also taking 3 less free throws. He shoots 9.4. He leads the league in free throws still, but he's down by 3 free throws. He's taking about 6.7 a game. So that back, we may not get the same level of omnia we saw the first time around, but then again, usually when guys play in Madison Square Garden, they want to turn up for some reason after they had a terrible stretch. So, but keep an eye out for his back. And the fact that he may not have the same level of aggression because he's in pain. Clearly, he played 5 games out of the last 10. Now, the 3 players, Shaden Sharp is clearly been their best player in the last 10 games. He's really taken his game to another level. Shaden Sharp is a bona fide bucket getter. He's a super athlete. He gets to the basket. He's one of the few guys on this team that, yes, while he shoots 6 threes a game, his other 12 shots, most of them is to the Baja. Right, he also averages 4 free throw attempts a game, which is more than Mikal Bridges. I would love to see Mikal gets the 4 free throws a game. But Shaden Sharp definitely has been their best player in the last 10 games, without a doubt. There's no comparison to him. But the 2 guys you need to watch out for, and I'm gonna add a third one, someone who plays something. Are we back? Okay, we back. I see now we were disconnected. We look good. Okay. Maxine, let me know if we are good. Send me a message. But I think everything is back. OBS disconnected for a second, but I'm going to continue rocking. Now, these 2 kids, Kamara, I hope we could get him in a trade. I would love to get Kamara in the trade. I'm not sure if that's possible, but the kid is balling. He's shooting 50% from the field, averaging 14.4 points per game in the last 10 games. The kid is definitely a baller, right? And also, Love is also averaging 14 points a game. on 40% shooting. Now, Love is somebody who went to North Carolina, who I don't rock with North Carolina as a Duke fan, but this kid was a thorn in our side in Duke, and I hope he's not a thorn in our side tonight. I would really be upset. But those two guys are the guys to watch. Kamara starts, but that kid Love comes in the game. He gets buckets. He could do everything. He also is really good in pick and roll. Donovan Clingan, though they don't run enough pick and roll with Clingan is averaging a double-double, 11 and 11, something I would love to see from Mitchell Robinson, but that's a whole nother point. Salute to the Mitchettes. But Donovan Clingan, he doesn't get enough touches, but he is a factor on the boards. We got to watch Portland on the glass because Portland, they are top 10 in the glass. And on the year, in the last 10 games, and throughout the year, they're top 6, and they were averaging 47.6 rebounds in the last 10 games. So this is a team. Okay, hold on. No audio. Can you hear me? No audio. Hold on. Now it's working. Audio is working. Okay, we good. Yeah, every time OBS disconnects, the audio goes away. But I'm glad we good. I didn't really say nothing much. I just said that the Portland Trailblazers, they are a top rebounding team. That's all I was saying. And they doubled down in the last 10 games. So this will be a battle on the glass. They're also number 2 in offensive rebounding. So that could make defensive rebounding a little bit of a challenge. Right. So Mitchell Robinson, this is why having him tonight is going to be a major key. We need Mitch to be Mitch again. And then we should dominate the rebounding matchup once again against the Portland Trailblazers. As far as forcing turnovers, this is the number one thing they do. They love to force turnovers. They're 10th in it. Right. And they've been holding on to that spot in the last 10 games. So they're consistent on this because listen, anytime we're 50 games into the season, right? I'm going to give you the trick to see if somebody is a lazy analysis, right? If they tell you, oh, yeah, look at their basketball reference. They're a good rebounding team. They're doing lazy analysis. You got to see what they're doing recently because they may have an injury. There may be something to compromise their ability to perform to these standards. So I always go into the last 10 games and I watch the game. So that way I'm not just a box score warrior. Because when you're a box score warrior, then you don't really understand what's happening in the game. All right? So Portland also struggling to get to the line. They dropped a little bit. And, they're top 4 in free throw attempts. But they dropped down from 26.5 free throws a game to 23.2. This is a major key because Portland getting to the line, they are very successful when they get there. So we have to be able to prevent, Cat, no bad fouls. We don't need to send these guys to the line, especially Danny Omnia, because he's going downhill. They call him Turbo for a reason. He's the fastest player on the floor at 6'9". Now, I'm going to give you the one kid. This is the one jewel. And then my last little, hold on, where's my... Really quickly. Damn, where's my... Okay, good. And then I'm going to give you... This is it. I'm not going to stat you to death. I could be here all day breaking this down. There's another kid to watch for. This kid, Ryan Rupert. I'm telling you right now. This kid had 5 steals and 10 points and was getting to it. And against us, this kid had, I think, 1 point or no points. He didn't do nothing against us in 10 minutes. This kid, Rupert, has stepped his game up. In the last 10 games, he's averaging double the points, and he's getting more minutes. So now you got this kid with confidence. I'm just telling you, just remember you heard it here first. If Ryan Rupert comes out and kills us tonight, it was me who told it to you. As far as in the last 10 games, the Portland Trailblazers, as on the season, they are one of the top teams in pace, top 10. Our record against top 10 pace teams, believe it or not, is 12-5. For some reason, we play well against the fast teams. Not the fast team. I'm going to say the teams that get more possessions, because sometimes you equate speed with pace, and that may not always be the case. With pace means you get a lot of possessions. So one of the reasons why, this is my speculation, why they have a lot of possessions is because they shoot a lot of threes. They just come up, they jack them up. In like 2 seconds, 3. 2 seconds. 3. They come up, jack up threes. You would think they're the Phoenix Suns or somebody like that, and they're not. They are not the Suns. They are not the Suns at all. Even though the Suns don't take that much sleep. Anyway, nonetheless, of course, against below 500 teams at home, the Knicks are 9-2. I think that's another reason why we're going to crush these dudes. I think they're in over their heads. They're not going to be able to deal with what we've been doing. And the Knicks have been the #1 ranked defense in the last 4 games. So our defense has increased another level, and I think it will continue to persist tonight against these guys who shoot terrible from the field and from 3. The worst 3-point shooting team in the league, confirmed. As far as bottom 20 defenses, which this team is, we are 22-9. Okay. Even though in the last 10 games they were a top 10 defense, we performed 7-9. So what type of Portland Trailblazer team we going to get? Is it going to be the team that was top 10 in defense the last 10 games, or is it going to be overall the team that's a bottom 20 in defense? And then against bottom 20 3-point shooting teams, we are 19-10. Okay. And against bottom, and then also the ad, because they also are bottom 20 offense. We are 25-14 against bottom. So a lot of these numbers going out in our direction, I'm basing it on probability. We perform well against this team. This team just has so many things that we could take advantage of. And I think we continue tonight to get the W, man. Big time salute to everybody in the building. I do appreciate you guys. Hopefully everything, the sound is working good. I'm going to get into this Hawks trade. Oh, yeah, we got to get the likes up, though. We got to get the likes up, man. Listen, I'm going to come back after these messages, and hopefully when I get back, the likes are up to 300. So before I get back to the content, I do want to let you guys know I created a new Linktree page, linktree.com/TheObjectiveFan. All you got to do is go there, check it out. I got all types of stuff on there. You can send me a super chat. You can buy 82 Nights Journal, everything that I'm pushing, my Substack link, my YouTube link, my TikTok. If you want to connect with me more, want to get my email address, everything I'm pushing is directly on linktree.com/TheObjectiveFan. Definitely go check it out. Scan the barcode, link in the description, links everywhere, and you will be able to access more of me. Now I'll let you get back to the content. But before I do, don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, like the video, so more cool people can check out the video. But also, if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. So yes, definitely the Linktree is where we live. The Linktree has it all. It has all the offers, the sponsors, everything there. All you got to do is go to Linktree/TheObjectiveFan, and you could be able to figure out all of the things that we have going on. And you could also get our contact information. Everything is there on the Linktree. Okay. Now, I'm a big time salute to everybody in the building that's still rocking on the brunch show. All right. Let me get to this Hawks. All right. So let me tell you why the Hawks can help us with Giannis. Okay. Let me tell you why the Hawks can help us with Giannis. So we're going to need teams to take salary, right? And the Atlanta Hawks, they are a team that has something that we could use, because we're going to need teams to absorb players. Like in the event we got to get Jeremy Grant. Oh, Lord. Jeremy Grant is all right, but I don't want Jeremy Grant. I'm going to keep it real. And you're going to need a team that could take on a player or two, or at least a certain amount of salary. And let me tell you something. Gershon Yabusele, right? He's on the move. Now listen to this. This is not an unsolvable problem, even though it seems like nobody wants him. I think everybody's just waiting for Giannis, to be honest. I think there's somebody that'll take him, and I'm hoping it is our dislikable rival Hawks. On the heel of the Trae Young trade, the Hawks are now nearly $7 million below the luxury tax. According to Hoop Hype, they have signaled a willingness to help other teams duck the tax for second-round pick conversation. Now, we have second-round picks that we could send, right? While the Knicks are struggling to find Yabu trades, New York is inside $150,000 of the second apron. Even if it doesn't plan to seek upgrades in the trade market, it must carve out much more flexibility. That's another reason why you want to trade Yabusele. If it wants to fill another roster spot in free agency or by converting one player into one of their two-way guys, so basically turning Jemison or turning one of the Kevin McCullough, that's an easy fix where you could just upgrade, boop, make them into a standard contract, right? And it's also the cheapest option. The thing is, the Knicks are not alone in their search for flexibility and tax relief. Either teams within $7.5 million skirting of the tax altogether, another 5 squads, not including Knicks, are over the first apron and unable to take back more money they send out. Right. So right off the bat, nearly half of the league is in the position to cut costs. So that's our competition. And then another 5 teams has less than $3.4 million separating them from the luxury tax. So now Atlanta, which could be our saving grace because they don't like us, they could go to the other teams to help them and say, screw you. But in a Giannis Antetokounmpo deal, Atlanta could serve as that team that could take on salary if you give them what they want. Now, they want second-round picks, right? I don't think no one's going to give up a first-round pick to duck luxury tax. I don't think that's smart, but I could see someone saying, hey, take this from me, and we'll give you a second-round pick. That's what we have. Now, I'm going to give you another one why we talk about Atlanta too, right? Atlanta has Yabu's teammate, Zachary Ricochet. So maybe Yabu would want to go to Atlanta to be with his boy from the French team. And, I'm not saying his boy hold weight like that, But I'm just saying that, it is somebody with the French connection that can help. So the Atlanta Hawks has $7 million that they could help us in a deal. So, let me see if I still got a deal up there. All right, so an example like this, right? The Bucks, they got 25 plus million in this deal. Not to say we're going to do this deal. This was just a hypothetical example, and this was also supposed to be Mikal Bridges, not Josh Hart. It's just that we can't use Mikal in the trade because he can't be traded to the first. All right? So this is an example of sending Thibault to Atlanta for, I think they said Krejci. Yeah, so we could get this kid Krejci, 6'8", and I think he doesn't make a sizable amount. So that's an example of how Atlanta might be the saving grace for the Knicks. Do you think that Atlanta will help us with $7.5 million in relief in the deal to absorb a Yabu and a Pacome Dadier, for example? You think Atlanta would help us with that? I'll take in some more calls. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice. The time is now to have your voice heard. Call up and let me know if you want to speak. Right? And if you can't call up, you could always send in a donation and I'll get to it as well. 646-995-8389. Definitely call up and let me know if you want to talk about this. Hold on. Did I miss a call? No, I spoke. I didn't miss nobody's call. I don't miss calls, man. But yeah, 646-995-8389. It's crazy that we might have to go to Atlanta to bail us out. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
Peace, man. This Shifty Lee from Flatbush. What's going on?
Oh, Flatbush in the house, man. I might know you, man. Big time salute, man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Everything is good, man. I'm a first-time caller, man. I just saw your content,
Nice.
about a week or two ago. I know you've been out for a little while, but I've been digging your show, man. It's dope.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
So I got a theory here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Actually, because I see a lot of people when they speak on this Giannis trade, right? they acting like we supposed to give the boathouse farm for Giannis. Listen,
Right.
man, Karl Anthony Towns is an all NBA. Okay. He never made he never won the MVP award, but
Right.
he's Karl Anthony Towns, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if you give them Karl Anthony Towns and you give them like a Pacome Daddier and a Kolek, you throwing 2 first rounders, 2 pick swaps, and then let's say you trade a Deuce or something in
Right.
a Yabu, and you bring in like a what's dude from the Pelicans name?
Sadiq
He
Bey.
played Sadiq, bring in a Sadiq Bey, you
Mhm.
know, and then get a first rounder from them because you know you giving them Deuce and send that to them too. That should get it done, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody's giving no OG, no Macau. We ain't giving all that up. That's too much. Cause you getting Karl Anthony Towns and you getting 2 prospects, 2 picks, and probably 2 pick swaps. Like they making us New Yorkers give up too much, man. We ain't giving up all of that, man. That's too much. You know,
I hear you.
respectfully, man.
No, I hear
know
you.
what I
I
mean?
hear you.
What's your thoughts on
yeah.
it? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it would be OG, McHale, or Towns, not all 3 of them together, because that's just too much money. So the package would be what you just said, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with any package. I'm keeping it real, brother. I'm cool with any package. I just want Giannis. But like you said, it's not going to be the whole team. It's going to be Towns, Deuce. You try to get a pick from there, and maybe another bench guy, but it's not going to be everybody. People got this false notion that the Knicks can trade everybody. No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not giving up OG, and particularly to give up Macau, that's like a stretch for me. I don't even want to give up Macau. You know what I'm saying? But Carl, Deuce, and you throw some youngins in there, you throw some picks, yo, that's the trade right there. You asking for more than that, that's too much because he want to come to New York. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let some other people call in. You
I
know what I'm
appreciate it,
saying?
brother.
And I'm gonna listen.
No doubt.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Big time salute.
Bro.
I got your number locked in.
All right, bro.
Big time salute to my man out of Flatbush. Flatbush in the house. That's where I'm from. Flatbush in the house. I wouldn't be surprised if I know that, brother, or know someone that knows that, brother. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. We talking about this Giannis and the Hawks right now. The Hawks got to bail us out. Oh, man. What's going on? Hey, callers, state your name, where you calling from.
This is Tawan from Chicago Clothing, from North Carolina by way of Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, NC in the building. So I'm assuming you're a Knicks fan. You got to ride with the Knicks tri-state.
Definitely. The last caller, he summed it up. Let's but go. In my opinion, I don't think we need to change anything. You know what I'm saying? We need to rock with it and see where we go from there because a lot of teams don't even have a center like we have. You know what I'm saying? They can shoot from 3. They get rebounds. We gotta remember that. You know what I'm saying? And then the playoffs is different from the regular season. People play a little harder. You know what I'm saying? So we need to see what we have instead of selling the farm to get nothing. You know what I'm saying? We get 2 players to give away 5 or 6 players and picks. That's crazy. I think we have a team established right now. We just gotta get in the playoff mode. I think we'll go a long way with what we have.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. I disagree, but I hear you. It sounds good, but I got a question for you. Do you think we're going to win the championship? Would you pick this team and say we're the favorites to win the championship?
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
the favorites, okay.
Teams, at the end of the day, we have depth. We just don't use it all the time. You know what I'm saying? When we do use the depth, you see the difference.
Okay.
Do you? I mean, I'm asking the question. Do you see the difference?
No.
When we go deep in the bench, pause. Yeah.
No, we got a good team. I don't think we're the favorites to go to the championship. I don't think we're the favorites to win the championship. Hell no, I would not pick us as the favorites.
We'll go out of the East. I'm good with
finals. Okay.
Getting out of the East. Only one I'm worried about is Detroit.
I ain't even worried about them. They
Detroit,
got smacked last night. They got smacked. Listen, I ain't worried about them. Trust me. If they're gonna hit the wall, watch. Just remember I
But the
told you.
thing, the only trouble we have, I see, is with small, fast guards. I think that's our problem.
Hmm.
Speedy guards.
Yeah.
We got, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
the defense, we gotta adjust to that. But after everything else, I think we have a complete team. We
Yeah.
just gotta we gotta work a little harder on establishing, just establishing what we do every night.
Right.
We win one night and blow people out, and then we get laid back the next night. You gotta keep pressing the gas, and
Right.
that got something to do with coaching too. I'm a Mark Jackson fan, so he should have been there anyway.
Yeah, I was calling for Mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm riding with
and,
that.
and I'm a St. John's fan, and I think Shamari
10 seconds.
Shamari Pond should have been there.
Yep.
You hello?
I got you, brother. I got you, brother. I'm gonna get you next time, man. Your name and number's locked in. Big time salute, brother. Yeah, you're on the clock. So when you hear the let's go, we gotta go. I do got more calls, but I appreciate your call. I'm gonna respond to some of your calls too. It's just that we got some more people calling in, and I want to get everybody to call in, man. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion, and I'll let you guys talk. How's it going, brother? State your name, where you calling from.
Hey, man, this is Jamal from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands.
Hey, St. Thomas in the house, man. What's going on, brother? Talk to me.
Hey, man, I'm just watching your show right now, and I just want to voice my opinion, man. Yeah, we definitely need Giannis. That's a definitely, and if we could just give up some bench players, man, like Sherbert or even Yabusele, I think that should be fine. But yeah, we just need Giannis, man. That's just my opinion.
Hell yeah. I don't think the bench players are going to get it done, but I agree. We definitely need Giannis.
Yeah, we definitely need him, man. Yeah, man, because I'm watching this show right now and I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm like, we did not give up too much, man. Like, give some bench players, man. I know we have more bench players, but yeah, man, just give up at least 2 bench players that hardly play, and call Anthony Towns, and then we should be good. Like, if you want to keep the draft pick,
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think that could get it done, especially if Giannis uses his leverage. Giannis has to say, I want to come to New York. That's the major key. All the packages don't even matter. Dog, the package don't matter. It's all on Giannis. Giannis has to say, I want to come to New York. Or wherever he goes, it's going to be based on him saying it.
Yeah, I agree, man. But, man, who would not want to play in New York, man? If I was a basketball player, man, to play in Madison Square Garden, man, like, that's a no-brainer for me.
No-brainer, bro.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer for me, man. Like, I'm taking that, man. I don't care about the money because the money will come later, man. Just to put on a Knicks jersey, man, in Madison Square Garden, man, you can't ask for nothing better than that.
They don't understand that. They don't understand.
I become a fan when Carmelo came to New York, man. And from since then, I became a New York Knicks fan. So I want to see the team do good, man.
Right. No, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I agree. And you brought up Carmelo. I love Melo, but he's not on the level of Giannis Antetokounmpo. We hadn't seen a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the time is now. You feel me? The time is now.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, let's make this happen, man. I just wanted to voice my opinion, you know.
No doubt. I appreciate you. I got your name and number locked in. Any other time you want to call up, you can.
All right, man. Give thanks, man. Coming from the islands, man. Give thanks.
Big time salute to the islands, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, bro.
All right. Big time salute, man. Hopefully I don't get charged international for that. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. Yeah, we're talking about Giannis, man. I'm glad I got a chance to respond to my brother from Flatbush. Big time salute to him. I appreciate him. Flatbush in the building. You already know how that goes. And my other brother who from Jersey to VA, right? Y'all gotta relax, brother. The package is going to be the package. OG Anunoby is not going to be remembered in 20 years outside of New York. I'm sorry. No one is talking about OG Anunoby 20 years from now. I'm saying when it's all said and done and Giannis goes to wherever and he wins the championship and we're doing the usual Knick thing. Oh, yeah. We're second place. Yay. We got potential. And the brother from VA, I'm sorry, brother, I love you, but I don't believe you think we're going to win a championship. No, I don't. Yeah. I don't believe you really believe that we're going to win the championship. I don't believe none of you in the chat believe that. I don't believe none of you think that we are the favorite to win the championship. None of y'all capping. Y'all just saying that because y'all don't want to win. Y'all don't want to trade for Giannis for whatever reason. But I'm telling you right now, if the Knicks go on a 4-game losing streak, y'all going to be the same ones burning them down. And I'm not just talking about the two brothers that just called. I'm speaking in general. The fans who don't want to trade for Giannis are the same ones that's going to be like, damn. But one thing that one of the brothers said, though, I think it was my brother from VA, he said that coaching, it could be a coaching issue. But we won't know until, years from now or if he gets fired. But it could be a coaching issue. I think that we do got a really good team. And I think we could get to the finals, but I can't guarantee a championship. What's going on, brother? State your name and where you calling from.
What's up, my brother? This is Dennis Barnes from the Bronx. What's going on?
Dennis from the Bronx, man. Talk to me, man. Let's go.
Quick question, man. I hear you. Everybody, I don't mind Giannis on the team, but at what cost? Now, my question to you is, if we get a Giannis trade done this season, are you willing to wait till next year to compete for a championship? Because he's hurt right now.
You want me to answer now? Yeah. I would, but go ahead.
And are you willing to wait till next year for a championship? And are you willing to wait till next year when Tatum and Halliburton and Dame Lillard and all of these guys come back and it's much harder for us to even compete for that championship next year?
Yeah, I would, because I think Giannis is better than all of them. But go ahead, continue.
Okay. Who's stretching the floor when we get Giannis?
Okay, so let's do a hypothetical package. So let's say I do Wingstop, and I get that.
What if we don't have Wingstop? What if we don't have Wingstop?
I'm trading Wingstop.
We gotta give up something.
Yeah, I'm trading Wingstop. Wingstop would be my number one choice. I want to get them up out of here, right?
And both of them?
Both of them. Bye. Yep. Yeah, go send one of them to Portland, get the picks. Yeah, all of that stuff. So this would be my shoot. You said you want to know the shooters I got? I got the best big man shooter in history, Karl Anthony Towns. I got Jalen Brunson, one of the most efficient shooters in basketball. I still got Landry Shamet. I still got Jordan Clarkson. I still got Deuce McBride, right? I'm still going to trade Yabusele to try to get something for him. And hopefully that could wind up being a Sadiq Bey. I still got Mitchell Robinson, even though I would want to trade Mitchell Robinson because I don't think that he could play the 5 next to Giannis. I would prefer to get Bobby Portis in the deal too as well. And he would be my other guy that would shoot threes. But nonetheless, more than likely we won't get Portis. But that's what your team will look like around Giannis. And then next summer, now that you're a second apron team, you can add to your team instead of being hard capped at the first apron if we waited to the summer to do it. But go ahead.
So you willing to wash this season away to just get Giannis? You wouldn't wait till the off season to see more options?
No, because you wouldn't be able to build your team. Because once you do the trade, you're going to be hard capped at that second apron. You're not going to be able to go into the second. You're going to be a first apron team. So that means there's certain moves you can't make. Versus if you do it now, you can become the second apron team in the summer and you can build around them. You can sign guys for the exception. You can get veterans. You can go crazy. If Mitchell Robinson's there, you can sign him. There's a lot more you can do.
Okay, last question, my brother. What makes you think that the Bucks is gonna want Mikal and OG just for a superstar like Giannis?
Well, I'm gonna say this as the call ends. I do appreciate you, brother, for calling. I got your name and number locked in. I'm gonna answer your call once the clock stops. Big time salute to you. Great question. So I'm gonna answer it, right? So he could listen on the playback. So what I'm gonna say respond to that is this. Damn, I lost my train. I had the answer for that because I answered it before. Damn. He said, what would entice Milwaukee to take the package? There isn't a package to entice Milwaukee. Giannis, once again, the leverage, he has to demand New York. That's the only way you're getting them. I'm keeping it real, y'all. If Giannis does not demand New York, he's not coming to New York. So I don't really give a damn about what Milwaukee says they want. They're going to have to take what we want to give them, because in New York, right, it's going to be the place that he wants to be. Now, his mother did post that picture of Miami, which makes it interesting. But yeah, we'll see, man. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. How's it going, brother? State your name and where you calling from.
John, calling from Connecticut.
John from Connecticut, man. All right, man. You're a little, staticky, man. I'm not sure if you're on speaker or something like that, but if you can make some adjustments.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
All right. John from Connecticut.
You hear me now?
Absolute. Yeah, you sound way better. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I have a different take on this. We definitely need Giannis, man. But
let's
hit
go.
me out.
Hell yeah, I'm with you.
Let's go. I don't think Leon Rose is trying to trade Karl Anthony Towns, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's trying to keep him, bro. He's trying to move. I mean, he don't want to move OG and Mikal, but I think those are the guys that are gonna go, bro. They got the most value, bro.
Yeah.
I think OG got the most value, bro, out of all of them.
Hell
and
yeah.
If he could get like a bunch of picks to send to Milwaukee, and then you pair Towns with Giannis and Brunson and whoever's left, bro, I think we have a squad, bro.
Facts.
That's the way I'm thinking right now. People are thinking Towns got to go. Towns' value is underground right now, bro. Nobody wants him.
Right.
You know, and I think him and Giannis together, bro, that's scary, man. And then you got Brunson, the closer. Because Giannis is playing bad right now, man. Towns, he's not that bad, bro. We need a stretch five, bro.
Bingo.
And
he's
in this league,
better.
this league is hard to get a center, bro. Towns is one of the better ones, bro. So I really believe that it's Wingstop that's going out. It's not Towns, man. And that's just my take. But we definitely need Giannis, man. Leon, he needs to make this work, man. He has to.
Oh, he's working at it. They said he's aggressively doing it. He's working. Trust me.
Dude, he has to make this deal, man. Because this team ain't it, man. The way it's constructed, it's not gonna work, man. I'm sorry. I love the Knicks, man, but I don't see them going deep in the playoff. I don't see it. You know? So yeah, man, that's just my take, and I'll hang up right now because I'm driving, man. But I'll hear your take on it, all right?
I respect you, brother. Thank you for agreeing with me, man. Thank you. Big time salute. All right. My man John out of CT, man. I'm glad somebody sees what I'm talking about, man. When you talk about OG and Mikal, you want to hold on to them and say, nah, I'm not going to go get the 7-time All-NBA first team. I feel like realistically, we're scarred as Knicks fans. Like we really believe that, because Antonio McDyess and Amari Stoudemire, oh no, it just seems, I'm telling you, Giannis is not that guy. We got Casey Smith, the best medical staff in basketball. My bad. Turn that clock off. We got Casey Smith, the best medical staff in basketball, right? That's what his job is for. He is there to preserve these guys. Look at Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson might go the whole season. Now, will he go the whole playoffs? I can't guarantee that. Definitely can't guarantee that. But 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. If you can't call in because you're at work and your boss won't let you take a break, all you got to do is send in the message, and I still will respond to it, man. You can send it via Cash App, Super Chat, whatever apps you would like. And, J-Tap is funny. I have to scroll up, look at his comment, keep Mitch out of your mouth. No, Mitch will stay in pause. I will continue to speak Mitch's name because he is someone who definitely is if I'm getting Giannis, I'm trading Mitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it. I'm going there. He's out of there. 100,000%. And I will be.
Real question. Do you actually know basketball or do you just watch it? Because most fans watch games and talk, but they're not breaking anything down. No tracking, no documentation, no real analysis, just reactions and baseless opinions. 82 Nights changes that though. Over 200 pages to analyze what you are watching, track rotations, break down patterns, highlight players, take actual notes. That's how you go from someone who watches to someone who knows. That's how your basketball IQ levels up. Link in chat, hardcover or soft, stop guessing, start documenting today.
The 82 Nights, the official basketball intelligence system. You could go check it out now directly on Linktree /TheObjectiveFan, and you will be able to get all the details to expand your basketball knowledge beyond the horizon. And I'll put the link on the screen so you can see it. But listen, y'all, we will be back tonight for the Knicks post-game show against the Portland Trailblazers. I'm predicting another blowout. I'm going to give a big time salute to all the super chatters and all the callers and all the people in the chat. I will see you tonight. And as always, until next time, let's go.